All right, let's talk about the AI career pivot. Why the old rules just failed. If you feel like you followed all the advice for success, but it feels like the game has totally changed under your feet, then this one's for you. We're going to get into why that feeling is so real, and more importantly, what the new rules of the game actually are. So let's just start with a really direct question. And I want you to be honest with yourself here. Do you feel stuck? Like you're just spinning your wheels, putting in all this effort, but not really getting anywhere?
I mean, you did everything they told you to do, right? You went to school, you definitely studied.
You learned the skills, the ones they said were so in demand. You put in the hours, you listened to all the experts, the counselors, you followed every single piece of advice, and still, nothing. The success they promised just didn't show up. If that hits close to home, then you absolutely have to stick around for this next part. Okay, here's the most important thing I'm going to say today. That feeling, it's not a personal failure. It's not you. It's proof that you're playing in a broken system. So let me say it again. It is not your fault. So let's actually unpack this. Let's talk about the lie we were all sold. Those old, completely outdated rules for success that so many of us, especially in Gen Z, built our entire plans on. Oh, you know this promise. We've all heard it a million times. Study hard, learn to code, get that degree, follow your passion. And poof, success was supposed to just follow, like it was some kind of vending machine for a career. And look, here's the crazy part. It wasn't always a lie. For our parents' generation, that advice was gold. It worked. It built stable, successful lives. But the world is just a different place now. And that playbook, it's completely expired. It just does not work anymore. So, what happened? What was the giant earthquake that just shattered that whole foundation? Well, it's AI, but probably not in the way that you're thinking. This isn't about killer robots. It's about something way more subtle, the collapse of average.
This right here is the whole game. Get this tattooed on your brain. AI didn't take jobs. It took away average value. See, it's not about a robot literally taking your seat. It's about a massive shift in what the world is willing to pay for.
So what even is average value? Well, think of it this way. It's the worth of any skill that you can easily teach in a course, something that can be standardized and then copied by technology. Here's the acid test. If you can learn how to do it in a weekend boot camp, chances are an AI can already do it faster, cheaper, and without a coffee break. And this creates this huge disconnect between generations. Our parents had these stable career ladders. You get on a rung and you just climb up. The path was clear. But for anyone starting out now, forget ladders. You're on moving floors. The very ground you're standing on is constantly shifting. And what's the result of trying to run up a down escalator, basically? What happens when you're on these moving floors? Well, you feel confused. You feel anxious. And you always feel like you're behind, even when you're doing everything you were told was right. Okay, so that's the bad news. That's the problem. But we're not going to leave you there. Let's talk about the solution, the new career playbook. And the big shift, the whole mental flip you have to make, is going from collecting stuff to solving stuff.
Just look at the difference here. The old way, it was all about learning a specific tool, collecting a bunch of certificates for your LinkedIn, and just chasing whatever the hot new trend was. The new way, it's totally different. It's about how clearly you can think. It's about solving actual, real-world problems. And it's about using AI as your superpower to do it.
And this brings us to what I think is the most empowering idea in all of this. We have to completely redefine what a skill even is. Because your real, most valuable skill from now on, it's using AI as leverage. Let's be crystal clear about this. Learning to use AI is not like learning Photoshop. It's not another line item for your resume. It is leverage. It's a force multiplier for your own brain, your own creativity, your own ability to make things happen. So, okay, if AI is the leverage, then what's the actual human skill we need? It's simple. It's deciding. The truly human work is judgment. It's being the one who decides what problem is even worth solving. It's deciding what matters, and maybe even more importantly, deciding what you're going to ignore. So I want to leave you with this idea. If you're feeling lost right now, please hear me on this. You're not weak. You're not failing. You are early. You're one of the first people trying to navigate this new world, and the maps just haven't been drawn yet. That feeling of being lost, it's actually a sign that you're on the frontier. The old system hasn't caught up, but you can get ahead of it. So the question isn't what job should I apply for anymore. The real question, the one that matters, is this: what problem are you going to solve first?